All right, we're speaking with Sam Vaknin. He's the author of the book Malignant Self-Love, Narcissism Revisited. If you go to Amazon.com and look for his book there, you're going to see people leaving comments of, this is the Bible of narcissism. And people who are narcissists are not only big leaders like Barack Hussein Obama, if indeed he is, Jim Jones, Adolf Hitler, Stalin, Saddam Hussein, but also people who stalk you, people who are very controlling personalities, maybe that you're married to that person, but people who are over the line, just really people who can disturb your life. And we'll take your calls if you have any questions about people who are stalking you or people who you believe may be narcissists and what that means. Are they dangerous? All these questions we'll try to answer here with our guest, Sam Vaknin. 1-800-270-4288 is number to call in. Welcome back to the show, Sam.
Thank you. I'm still here.
All right. So if indeed Barack Hussein Obama is a narcissist, what does this mean to the American people? Should they be frightened? What could happen?
Well, yes, they should be frightened. I'm not sure I would go as far as comparing Barack Obama to Jones or to Hitler or to Stalin, mainly because he operates within a different culture, with different structures, with checks and balances, and so on and so forth. I don't think it'll come to that. But he's liable, if he's a narcissist, he's liable to inflict serious damage on the American people, on its well-being and welfare, and on the long-term prospects of the United States. This is because narcissists can act only for so long. They finally erupt. Faced with criticism, with disagreement, with obstacles, they have a very low frustration level, so they finally erupt. And since they make no distinction between themselves and the environment in which they operate, they regard everyone as extensions of themselves, they regard everything as instruments of gratification. Since they make no distinctions, when they go down, they pull everyone together with them. And they are very self-destructive and self-defeating. And ultimately, the narcissistic leader pays the price, but so does everyone around him. So it starts with a personality cult, which has all the hallmarks of an institutional religion. It has priesthood, rites, rituals, temples, worship, catechism, mythology, and the leader is a saint. And then the leader expects ever-increasing adulation, ever-increasing kowtowing, ever-increasing obsequiousness. And when this fails, they become enraged, they lose control, they escalate the theatrical and public relation and spectacle elements of their rule, and when this doesn't work, then they become nihilistic, and they lash out at certain population groups, at other countries, at the establishment, whatever it is, at their own followers, and so on. So they're very. Each one of them ends with a Götterdämmerung, with a Valhalla type exit, and it always ends badly.
It's fascinating what you're saying. I never said that he was like Hitler, but in personality, it's very interesting, the similarities where you remember any movies that we've seen about Hitler, how he would lash out at his people, and was a very same type of personality, but not the same person. I'm not at all saying that he's a Hitler, God forbid. All right, let's go to some calls. 1-800-270-4288 is the number to call in. Let's go to Ephraim from Atlanta, Georgia. Hi there, Ephraim. What's your comment or question for Sam Vaknin?
Hi, Tamar. The question I have for Dr. Sam is that, when one thinks of Obama, it looks like he's calling the shots, but in the position of the president, it's almost like his rise up to this position was he's a puppet that's basically led by strings and different type of influences and favors that he is continually compelled to do. And if someone has this type of narcissistic personality where they believe themselves to be a leader at what point does this all implode because really are just someone's puppet or a multitude of people's puppet?
Interesting question. Sam?
Well, narcissists are very pragmatic in the pursuit of their own self-aggrandizement and the achievement of the cosmic, messianic, magical image they have of themselves and of their role in the universe. They are very adept and very good at striking alliances, at compromising, at even acting obsequious or even acting compliant, at maintaining a certain type of discipline, and so on. Narcissistic leaders in history have risen to their positions only through such processes of compromise, alliances, and accepting the fact that their power is limited. However, when they reach the pinnacle, the picture begins to change. At first, gradually. At first, the narcissist still projects an image of peacefulness, amicability, bipartisanship, willingness to work with others, and so on and so forth. But this gradually gets eroded as the main elements of the narcissist's self-image are challenged or compromised or restricted or restrained by external constraints. Narcissists are very bad, once they have reached the pinnacle, at accepting the fact that they are only a nut or a bolt or a gear in a much larger machine. They think that the machine is there merely to help them accomplish an egocentric world, a world in which they feel caters to their grandiose, inflated, fantastic self-image. So there are two phases in a narcissist's rise to power. The phase in which a narcissist needs others and acts, simply a thespian phase, a phase where the narcissist is an actor. The narcissist acts modest, acts pragmatic, acts open to ideas and suggestions, acts collaborative, acts. But the acting is over once a narcissist has reached his goal. And there is where the friction starts. Criticism, disagreement, constraints, things don't go as well as he imagined, unrealistic timetables, an unrealistic agenda, frustrations, and the narcissist enters something called frustration-aggression cycle. You're liable to see this very soon with Obama, if I'm right, if he's a narcissist. Very soon. Sooner than you imagine.